Welcome to another Moose Court video. Small claims with Judge Middleton. And we got a guy that's throwing some stuff against the wall to see if it sticks. Let me know what you think in the comments. Here we go.
This is entitled Richard Blosma versus LA Colonial Properties LLC. Ben Sayani is here for LA Colonial Properties. This is a claim for $7,000, which is our top end of our jurisdiction in small claims court, for damage allegedly caused by the potholes at defendant's parking lot at 201 North 131. So Mr. Blosma and Mr. Sayani, let me give you a little primer here. You're in small claims court. Mr. Sayani, what's your position with LA Colonial Properties?
I manage the property.
All right, Mr. Blosma has contended that his car was damaged as a result of the condition of the parking lot. But here are some pictures in front of the Verizon store of the large, it looks like it's paved up to a point and then it stops. And you've got a picture of some potholes, which are pretty prodigious. All right, tell us what happened.
I came off 131 to get Big B coffee, and parking lot was wet and sounded like I went off road. Hit so many potholes that I didn't have a choice but to stop and creep through it just to get out of it.
All right, so you're driving to Big B Coffee. Theoretically, you would not be driving very quickly in a parking lot.
No,
you were going to go through the drive.
Yes, so I was coming up 20 miles an hour.
All right, and so what happened?
Broke them control arms off the bushings. Forget them things I had replaced. Yeah, both lower control arms I had replaced. 2013 Dodge Caravan.
I'm not sure a 2007 Dodge Caravan would even resell for $7,000, but so what did you do?
I replaced both the control arms just to get it back on the road. I lost gas mileage due to the struts being bad, and I'm on bide time being that the axle's making noises now back there.
How many miles on your car?
Currently 145.
All right, Mr. Sayani, you're the manager of the company, but not the owner. What's your opinion of this?
We never been notified by this gentleman that there was an incident. Had he notified me at the time of incident that something happened, I would obviously try to figure something out. If there was something that I could have, handled right away, it would have been taken care of. All of a sudden, we have a small claim court notice at my door without any explanation, without any background calls or anything, demanding $7,000 for a damage that I believe the statements was $400 for repair. So this is exactly, what I have on hand. I don't know how to address it, but if you, as you mentioned, the resale value of the car, it should be the entire car itself, maybe $5,000 to $7,000, if I'm not mistaken. But that's my side of the story.
The problem is he's threw some spaghetti at the wall and see what would stick. His claim says damage to 2000 Dodge Caravan, had to replace both lower control arms due to potholes in the parking lot. Now he is under oath when visiting stores. So
therefore, I was out of a vehicle while it was at the shop, let alone had to order the parts off from Amazon to save $1 because I'm all out of pocket. It's not
Yeah, how
covered under
much
my
did you
insurance.
spend out of pocket?
The $400 from the mechanic and another $300 for the parts.
Yeah, that's what you get. You don't get $7,000. Your car probably
But
is.
I don't have the, Your Honor, I don't have the money to redo the struts and the rear axle on the van and plus gas mileage.
You have
That
you have a 23-year or a 13-year-old van with 147,000 miles on it, and you're
we
attributing
got a
all the.
17-year-old parking lot.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Well, it's not Michigan roads, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, the Michigan roads aren't the greatest either. Michigan Avenue is an embarrassment to Three Rivers, how poor it is. It's terrible. North Main isn't much better. But you asked me to give you $7,000 because you drove through a pothole and you have $499 worth of damage
Your
from your
Honor, I believe this parking lot wouldn't even be partially patched right now if I did not file this lawsuit.
I'm
Because
sorry to
they're looking at
interrupt, but this is,
$7,000 and all.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Yes.
Okay, this gentleman making all kinds of assumptions, and these are not true. Unfortunately, I don't have any paperwork right now. I do have the invoice for the project that was done. And, the fact that he's claiming this would have not been addressed because of, and it's only being addressed because of his claim, that is not true. So, I can take so much, but when, he's making claims that he has no knowledge of, that's really not right. That's number one. Number two, this gentleman claimed that he was driving.
Stop. Mr. Blosman, one person can speak at a time.
Yeah. This gentleman also claimed that he's driving 20 miles an hour in a parking lot to get to the coffee, to Bigby. I don't know why someone would drive 20 miles an hour in a parking lot with that such speed. 5 to 15 max, about 20 miles an hour driving in a parking lot. So, we're a fair company. I have no problem. Somebody calls us, they have some issues, in fact, somebody else called me and they had a problem with their car. We took care of it. We're honorable. We take care of people and we take care of our tenants. It's not that. But if somebody makes a claim without us notifying us to begin with and then come up with $7,000, that's a different story. Had you called us before and state your claim and told us that what happened, I'm sure we would have come up to some satisfactory conclusion and make you happy, because I don't want to have, people unfortunately spreading bad words about the property, which they have no knowledge of what's going on behind, the scenes. But I just had to say this.
Well, all right. Thank you.
All right, Ben, I did try and contact him with that number I put on the lawsuit, but all it was an answering machine that was full that never got answered in 30 days.
Mr. Siani, when's the last time you actually saw this parking lot?
I saw this parking lot about 3 months ago myself. But again, I have a local representative that is there at least twice a month.
Okay, well, good. This didn't happen overnight. Michigan has the freeze thaw cycle, and it isn't good, but it does sound like you're attempting to rectify it. In the pleadings, GCAS, who is that, Mr. Blosma?
Excuse me?
The person that did the repair work.
Oh, I'm not sure who did it.
GCAS 131. Is that Eagle Auto Parts out there?
Oh, guaranteed muffler.
Oh, okay. So Nikita and Guaranteed Muffler.
Yes.
All right. So installs customer supplied lower control arms and front end alignment. So that bill was $482 plus taxes $499. Then,
But I had to buy the control arms. I brought
yeah, and for where that is, did you have a bill for that?
Yeah, I got them off Amazon. They're about $100 each, or $120 each.
Well, I don't see anything in your pleadings.
That's because I was going for the value of the van because it's a piece of crap now. It's not up to par in my eyes when I'm losing 10 miles to the gallon, Your Honor.
Yes. All right, Mr. Blosma, you're asking me to give you more than your van is worth on the resale.
No, I'm
market.
asking you for the value of my van, Your Honor.
Say that again.
I'm asking you for the value of the van for a 2013 Dodge Caravan.
All right. So do you have an expert that tell me how much
for under
your van is?
$10,000, Your Honor.
According to who?
So I was thinking at least 10 grand, but I'll settle for 7 because I'm barely making a buy on it now.
This is a court proceeding. Even though it's small claims, you need some evidence. Not like, well, I think it's worth $10,000. That you're the plaintiff. You have the burden of proof. And so just saying something doesn't necessarily make it so. If we were in a regular court with a rules of evidence and procedure, it would be much stricter than this. All right, tell me how much you paid for these arms. It's like, well, I paid, you didn't send me any documentation or receipt for what you paid for them. Tell me what you did pay for them.
The 2 control arms, they came in sets with the ball joints to help that out. So they're roughly $100 each, 120. I got them off Amazon.
All right. Mr. Ciani, anything else you want to tell me?
I just want to emphasize on the fact that this gentleman claimed he called the number on the complaint, which is my office number, and it's not an answering service. It's a computerized service that, has no end. So the fact that this gentleman, I believe he claimed that it was full and never answered or something like that, to the extent, that is not true. I mean, we answer our calls, and if there is a message, always going to be answered, a day later, but definitely going to get answered. And we had not received one call from this gentleman whatsoever. Otherwise, it would have been, addressed right away. This is not something that, we would let go. And if he called several times, one of those times definitely would have been an answer. I just wanted to add that.
All right. All right, I'm going to give Mr. Blosma, I don't know how much his van is worth. We don't have any expert testimony regarding that. I'm going to give him the cost of the repair and the parts, $700, $499 plus 2 arms at about $100 a piece. That's $700 approximately, plus $86.23. I find for the plaintiff in the amount of $786.23 for the repair of the vehicle. Mr. Blosma, is the River Street address still correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. We'll send you a copy of this at the Stanford Avenue address in Los Angeles. You can remit a check to Mr. Blosma in the amount of $786.23, and that will complete this matter. Thank you both. We were able to bring closure to this, and I'll check out the parking lot progress. I may go over there on Thursday. Thank you.
Somebody needs to tell this guy that Google is his friend. All he needed to do was search on how to prepare for small claims court. Totally unprepared. His 2013 Dodge Caravan, the blue book on it is $5,800 tops, but it's kind of a beater. it's got 145,000 miles and it's got suspension issues, and he never really makes his case for $7,000. Anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments. You can help me out by hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing. And if you want to tip me, look for the thanks button below. Thanks a lot for watching the video.